So the first one is no judgment, okay? We don't want to judge the ideas of others, and we also don't want to judge our own ideas. Because if we're judging others, then we're not building upon what people are saying, and if we're judging our own ideas, then we're going to be hesitant to share. So, no judgment when we're in this process. Another one is we're leaving our egos out of this, okay? All of our ideas are valuable and very important, but we want to be able to build on those ideas with better ideas. So we're going to leave our egos out of this in the design process. We're also going to come into it with a beginner's mindset. We can be very free when we're thinking as a beginner. So while expertise is definitely valuable, we want to think through this as a beginner, okay? And kind of the expertise has a place, but today as we're going through this process, think about it with a beginner's mindset. And then the last one is step up or step down. So if you are normally a quiet person and you tend to kind of not talk as much in group settings, we're going to ask that you step up and share your ideas and your expertise. If you have a personality where you do like to talk a lot and kind of take over conversation sometimes, we're going to ask you to maybe step down and listen to what everybody has to say. So what we're going to ask you to do right now is we want you to set a personal intention. So think about a norm that you want to really focus on tonight as we're going through this process. And what I'd like you to do is just talk about that with your table, talk about the norm that you really want to focus on personally. And that's something that you can kind of think about as you go through this process. So go ahead and do that now.
All right, so this is what you're going to do for the first round. You're going to look at just these words, and I want you to write down any thoughts, feelings, any words that come to mind when you look at these two words. Okay, don't worry about this question yet. Just focus on here. You can write anywhere on the chart paper, and it could be anything, like kind of let your imagination run wild. It doesn't necessarily have to be about this. It's whatever kind of comes to mind. Yes, whatever comes to mind when you think about a building. Okay? And you're going to have 2 minutes to do that. Okay? Good? Yeah. All right, you ready? All right, go. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to build off of other people's ideas. So just kind of go wherever you want with it, and you're going to kind of make connections to things that other people said this time around. Okay, so you're going to have 2 minutes again.
So are we writing them down?
Yeah, you can write them down. Yeah. So you're just going to, and you can respond to any of the ideas that kind of jump out at you. Okay? All right, go ahead and start. Okay. So now for this round, you're going to focus on the question, okay? So the question is, how might we create additional roles for teacher leaders beyond those that currently exist? So I want you to think about everything that we wrote and how that could be related to this question, okay? So you're still going to continue to write on the paper, but I want you to think of it as a connection to this question, okay? So how can we connect some of the ideas that you guys came up with to this question, to these additional roles? What can we do beyond those that currently exist? And think, I don't want you to think any parameters. Think idealistic. So like in the ideal world, what could be? Just kind of think of that and try to connect that with some responses that you have. Okay? So I'm going to give another 2 minutes to do that. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, so we kind of, on our original chart, we got into the conversation of like us hosting less experienced teachers, so we flipped that idea. And we said less experienced teachers hosting for experienced teachers. So this was just kind of what we came up with. There could be possible judgment. It would be scary for a new teacher. They're kind of being vulnerable. And then we started talking about how could we make it more of a positive thing. So talked about maybe setting expectations before they came in, or building the trust, building the relationship first, and then kind of talking about, okay, what do you want me to look for? Or, just so then it kind of takes away that feeling of it being scary, and it's more a learning opportunity.
I think too, like for that, would be cool to have the newer teacher, they get to create their expectations.
Yes.
Like kind of like what and what they're looking for. And then the experienced teachers have to follow that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You build really strong, trusting relationships just going through it.
Yeah.
Because I think about all the people who knew when I was like my first year teacher. I feel like they're the only ones who really know who I am as an educator, just in the whole thing.
Right.
But they have to watch me have my least amount of experience in my work.
So they've seen like the growth of.
But now I trust them because I know they had it back then. So.
And that's
more raw.
Yes.
Because I think I read it first as like less experienced teachers hosting experience was coaches, because that's what they are. They're experienced teachers going in there already, but there's fear and they're not in the classroom and there's not the same built experience going around it. So like if I'm thinking of my team, like my team coming in, or I going into a teammates with less experience, it's positive and we're building that growth because we're watching each other in all aspects, not just planning.
Yeah. And I think if something like this were ongoing, then it really would be extremely valuable because, like you said, Andy, you would see it from start to finish. So like, this is where I began and this is where I am now. So I think it would be so valuable just to see the growth. And then we also talked about what if all teachers were partnered, and you had that partner and you were with them the whole school year and had time to actually go in and
I think you have to be really intentional about like who the audience is too, because I think like that vulnerability piece, you don't really know like whose ears it's actually going to get to.
Right.
Well, to think bigger too, partner all teachers in the building or teachers across different buildings for more experiences.
I like the all teachers because I'm really starting to see that with them. I want to see it more, but it's starting to happen in my building where I'm a 5th grade teacher, but I shouldn't be held accountable for all part tests. There's 5 other teachers that are responsible for those scores.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's got to be, it's hard because you have a first grade teacher coming into my classroom. It's going to be hard. I'm like, what advice can you give me when you don't know the curriculum, when you don't know behavior and all of that? But at the same time, I'm like, we're probably your students too.
Right.
At some point, so.
And then if you're seeing different grades or different subjects, it might take away that judgment piece where like, I'm not going to I'm just going to look at whatever we've decided on and I'm going to focus on that goal and let's talk about it. So it's kind of taking out, that's why I like kind of different grade levels, observing one another.
I agree. I really like that piece about the person whose room they're going into.
Right.
They create expectations.
Yes, I agree.
I think that idea of like all too is so important because I feel like we do have limited resources at most of our schools, and so as a result, it's like the outliers on who they're at, so they're targeted as receiving support or giving support, and then it's very obvious that there is like an unspoken intention behind
Absolutely.
it. Whereas like the middle of the road teachers, there's everyone can grow.
Right. And I think for us too, it is my 5th grade class, another 5th grade, it's very divided within grade levels where it should be all grade levels, all school. It's starting to change. It's absolutely starting to change. We're aware of it, I'm guilty of it. I'm like, I'm the best 5th grade class. But I'm like, that's not,
I wonder if it helps shift that, seeing it instead of like my kids, they're all our kids.
Yeah.
I've really had to change, with this, I've really changed my perspective and I'm like, it's all 5th grade, it's all of us.
And then we're giving them all the same experience.
Yes.
Right.
Not the same thing.
But I think it is that whole community thing, where I think we are always like, oh, well, my kids, where it really should be
hour. And something like this, I think, would build that sense of community.